Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today in The Sims 4, we are going to be spending some time in CAS, aka Create a Sim, and we're going to be using Pinterest to help us as we create 4 to 5 different types of witches. So there are many different types of witches: green witch, hearth witch, eclectic witch, etc. And we're just going to be choosing 4 or 5, I think maybe 5. And yeah, using Pinterest as our guide, we're going to be typing in that particular type of witch, clothing, aesthetic, and we're going to see what Pinterest will show us. Then, based off the different boards, we will go into CAS and we'll create that witch. Now, I know my way around witch aesthetics, right? I am a witch myself, so I won't really be needing Pinterest that much, but I thought it would just be really fun to see what it shows us and we can go from there. So without further ado, let's get into today's video.
Okay, so let's have a look at our green witch aesthetic board on Pinterest. As you can see, everything's very green, everything's very plant and herb sort of based, very nomadish, like think cottage in the woods, going along a trail and picking mushrooms, picking herbs as you find them. And with a green witch as well, as I mentioned, they work with plants and herbs and natural cycles, and they focus on earth magic and herbalism. So for this particular sim, I really did kind of want to go for that late 80s, early 90s sort of grunge look. And you can see here she's sort of looking a little bit nomadish, which I'm really happy about. So we have the sort of curly, messy sort of hair. You can kind of picture that she's maybe been in the forest gathering all the herbs that she needs for her spell crafting. And I thought, oh, maybe we could go like a little bit extra with her makeup as well. As I said, I wanted it to sort of be a bit of a grungy sort of look. So I'm playing around with her makeup here. I can't remember if I end up sticking with it or if I do change it, because I don't know, I'm just not really liking how she's looking at the moment. I love the blush, I love the sort of natural lip. And yeah, I'm going back into the eye makeup. Maybe I do keep it. It seems like I do keep it. And you know what? That's okay. She can have a little bit of glitter. As I said, it's sort of the grunge aesthetic, you know, the makeup is a little bit messy. And I found by Okrui, I think that's how you say it, Okru, this perfect witch's hat. Like, it's green, it has the mushrooms growing out of it, it fits her hair perfectly, and you'll see later on as well, I really struggled trying to get these witches' hats to fit under the hair that I picked. We have some cute little leaf earrings, and I go through some different jewelry options as well, but I really love this secret key. It's kind of like maybe it unlocks a secret garden, you know, where she goes to do her spell work. But I also decided as well, off that Pinterest board, was like a very sort of sheer, flowy shirt, paired with a skirt, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the skirt, if we were going to have it patterned, if we were going to have it plain. And you'll see that I do decide to stick with this particular skirt, and I do switch the colors around as well. So for now, I've got it as that pale green to sort of match her hat. But then I really liked the shirt, and I was like, I want the shirt in green. I don't want the shirt in brown. So let's switch the colors up. And you'll see that that's what I did. And I think it kind of just suits her whole look a lot better. And for her shoes as well, I thought, okay, we're going to do boots, we're going to do sandals, maybe some sneakers. I thought we might do the sandals, and then I scrolled down in boots, and I think it may actually be Journey to Batu. It may be, oh no, it is. So it is some CC boots. They're like elven Lord of the Ring boots, and they kind of look a little bit cowboyish, but I thought, no, that is perfect. I'm going to pair it with some tights. We'll give her some leafy nails as well, or just something sort of very natural, sort of witchy looking. Yep. So we go for the green tipped werewolf nails. And then that's basically her done. I think I play around with some rings and some bracelets as well. And then we look at naming her and then giving her her attributes and personality traits. as well. But I'm so happy with how she turned out. I always thought that I was a green witch. I'm definitely not a green witch. I do not have a green thumb at all. I unfortunately kill every plant, but you know, there we go. So I've decided to call her Flora. Flora Green, to represent the fact that she's a green witch. Is it, you know, very creative? No, not really. And for her attribute, we're going to make her a freelance botanist. And then for her traits as well, I did want to obviously stick with the nature theme. So we're going to make her creative. She's going to love the outdoors. And I think I made her a vegetarian as well. And you know what? Very sort of simple traits, but I think a green witch is usually quite, you know, just sort of simple. There's not much to it. Very much just loves the outdoors, keeps to themselves, plays on the whole nature aspect. And then our second sim that we are going to be doing is the hearth or the kitchen witch. And I kind of struggled to find the aesthetic on the Pinterest board. Like I couldn't really find what I was looking for. So what we end up doing is sort of similar to the green witch. She's just sort of very natural. I'm going to make her blonde though. And we're going to go with a sort of like an apron or foraging sort of look. So basically a kitchen and a hearth witch, they practice magic in the home through cooking, remedies, and creating a sacred domestic space. They can also be known as a cottage witch. And again, I thought, you know, maybe a very sort of natural look that we could go for here. But then I thought, let's play with a color scheme. Let's play with yellows and oranges, because there was a picture on the Pinterest board that did inspire me, and I used it a little bit. We kind of went a little bit off kilter, but yeah, decided let's sort of give her dramatic eyes. So we have the black liner, we do like an orangey, yellow, reddish eye, and then the big lashes, obviously. The lashes pull everything together. And then from Praline as well, we'll give her like a facial base. So it comes with highlighter, it comes with the blush. But again, I wanted something very, very natural. We do like a natural lip. I go through several different options because none of the lip swatches that I wanted sort of matched her lip shape until now. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's just keep it very simple. Very simple. I played with some highlights as well. I'm not quite sure if we stuck with these or if we went back to the praline ones. And then I had another witch hat here as well, which I thought would just work so well. As you can see, you know, it sort of has that that rope that's tied around the base of it. It's a bit of a smaller hat, and it matched one of the pictures on that Pinterest board like perfectly. So I thought, yeah, why not? And then for jewelry as well, I really wanted to sort of bring these looks together as much as possible. So I decided to go with these cute little bee stud earrings by Twisted Cat. And I got them in like a rose gold, because I would imagine that a hearth and a kitchen witch would have their own chickens. They would have their own bees. Maybe, you know, they live on a farm, and so they're able to gather what they need for their cooking, for their remedies and that sort of thing. So I went through a couple of the dresses here as well by Miko, because I thought, oh, we could give her that sort of, I don't know, 50s short dress sort of look, or we could go for the overalls, you know, because she goes and she forages in her own garden. And as you can see, like I tried a whole ton of these different sort of dresses. They could have worked, but I picked the overalls in the end. And then I gave her some shoes as well. Nothing too bulky, nothing too fancy. Again, I imagine that she's out in her garden picking herbs, veggies, fruits that she's grown herself. So, you know, we'll just give her some platforms, we'll give her some sneakers, something that she can get around in. And, you know, she's going to be probably a little bit grungy, a little bit messy as well. I think you pronounce it Triliki. I've got a lot of Triliki? I've got a lot of their CC, and I just loved those cute little socks. Now for the nails, I did go through a couple of different things. I thought, oh yeah, let's sort of give her something fancy, maybe a bit of a French tip. And then I thought, no, she's going to be digging in the soil, in the plants, all day, foraging, gathering things for her cooking. So let's just give her short, sort of simple nails. I chose brown because I thought, maybe her hands are going to be getting dirty. And here she is. And of course, we are going to have her surname as Hearth. And did I name her Hannah? This is Hannah Hearth. Again, not very creative, but I thought it was funny. And then for her attribute, we're obviously going to make her a master chef, so that, she is really utilizing that whole kitchen aspect. Or did I change it? It looks like I'm changing it. Country caretaker? No, we stick with the chef. And then for her traits as well, I was sort of going through a couple of options. I thought we have to make her a plant lover. That way, she'll be really great at being able to sort of plant her own produce. I make her a glutton as well because she loves her food. And then I think, do I make her creative or clumsy? I think I made her clumsy because I thought that would be really funny. A clumsy kitchen witch. I don't know. I sort of picture a story in my head, but there we go. There is Hannah. Okay, the next one, Cosmic Witch. Cosmic Witch is so cool. It kind of has more of those darker sort of gothic elements, but think, planets, moons, and stars. And I definitely played on this aesthetic. And I love Pinterest. Pinterest is so much fun. I have so many boards on Pinterest, and one of the ways that I relax is to sort of just sit on my phone with my headphones on, listen to music, scroll, and just create Pinterest boards. I've got tons of manifesting boards, to manifest an amazing 2026. But anyway, let me know in the comments below if you're a Pinterest girly and if you love going onto Pinterest as much as I do. I spend so much time on Pinterest, more than any other social media. Okay, now I wanted her to sort of have this glowy sort of look. And I loved this hair so much. And you'll see that I went through all these different sort of headpieces, hats, to see if there was anything that I could give her. Like, I loved that last hat that you just saw. It sort of had like the spiders dangling. Nothing fit with this hair. And I didn't really like the horns either. I probably could have gotten some sort of celestial crown. But in the end, I thought, you know what, we can have some of these witches without hats, right? Like, that's totally normal. Basically, as you would guess, a Cosmic Witch uses astrology, planetary, and celestial energies for their spell work. And I really wanted to play on that dark sort of element that you saw on that Pinterest board. So we're giving her like a crazy purple, sparkly galaxy sort of eye look. But we'll soften it out with just sort of like a neutral sort of lip. I think I go for something that's, we definitely don't go red or purple. I think I pick this pinkish color and it's sort of, bring the capacity down. And then I thought, ooh, we could go celestial for the earrings, moons, stars. Like, let's lather her up in jewelry. I did choose this really pretty necklace as well, which I think ended up glitching with something in the end. So couldn't use it. It's this one. See, how nice is that? It has the evil eye, it has the sun, and it has the moon on it. But I ended up going with this one. Maybe just something a little bit more simpler, tiny little star. But I think it all ended up glitching with something or other. So annoying. Anyway, for her outfit, what I really wanted to do, I found this beautiful outfit on Pinterest. It was this black starry skirt with this white top. And then as I was looking through all of my CC, I found this top. And, it has the moons on it in the different phases. I didn't really like the white corset part of it or the bows, but I really loved the sleeves. And I just didn't know what to do. And then I found this skirt, which had the stars and the moons on it. But none of it sort of really brought the look together. So in the end, I ended up changing everything. So we ended up going for, I think, just a black sort of denim skirt, this one here with the buttons down. And then I thought, let's just find a simple white top. You know, maybe her whole look is sort of brought together by her makeup and her accessories. And I really liked it. And I think this little boob tube, this white boob tube has stars on it as well. So I thought that was really cute. That ties in the celestial sort of look. But I did go through all of my CC to see if there was something else that sort of sprung out at me, but there was nothing. And then we went for some cute little, I think they're called Mary Janes. And then I loved these stockings. I thought they were so cute. We give her these starry nails as well in black dar, and I gave her some rings as well. And there's our Cosmic Witch. And I think she turned out really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. Let me know in the comments below if you identify as a Cosmic Witch. What part of being a Cosmic Witch do you love most? Like, are you an astrology girl? Do you basically plan your life off of what the planets are doing? Apparently we're in eclipse season here at the moment, so that's fun. And the eclipses are going to be in Virgo and Leo, I think, until August, someone said, or they said the next 2 years. So being a Leo sun and a Virgo rising, that kind of sucks for me. Anyway, let's name her, let's give her her attribute. So I decided to call her Katie Cosmic. I thought that was so cute. That is such a great name. Like, if you study tarot and you sort of want to make a business as a medium or a psychic or as an astrologer, call yourself Katie Cosmic. I think that's so cute. I really wanted to give her like a nerdy sort of attribute. And I think I did end up making her not a computer whiz or the nerd brain. I think I had a look at the Jenny Tabatu as well, because I thought, oh, maybe there's something there, but she doesn't sort of scream Star Warsy to me. So yeah, I am really struggling. You'll see that a lot of the times I'm very indecisive with my builds. I kind of go back and forth a lot. I cannot decide. I think it's my ADHD brain. Like, I'm really struggling here, as you can see, to try and find an attribute. I do go into the knowledge, and I think I do that spellcraft and sorcery one because I figured, why not? Why not? Now, for her attributes, I make her a genius because obviously you're going to be, if you're, planetary, using planets and stuff like that, make her a geek as well. I figure she's got a degree in science and astronomy. And do I make her cultured? I struggle with this third one. Oh, maybe I make her an insider. I make her insider because she knows things. She knows things. She can tell your future. No, okay, I don't go with that. I make her competitive. Cool. As you can see, I can't decide. And also I apologize because I'm not used to doing these video voiceovers for my Sims characters. So I'm talking a lot. Okay. We've got 2 more witches to do. I don't know how much more I could talk. Oh, okay. So Elemental Witch is the next one we're going for. I struggled with this Pinterest board. This Pinterest board just sort of showed me very generic sort of outfits. And as you can guess, an Elemental Witch uses the elements fire, earth, water, and air. So I'm just having a look on my Google here. Yep. They basically focus on the 4 elements and that's it. So I thought, okay, what can I do? The Pinterest boards didn't really help that much. There wasn't really anything specific in way of aesthetic. I could combine all of the elements maybe, but then I thought she's going to look insane. Like, how do I combine air, water, earth, and fire? So I picked one. And I decided to just sort of focus on air. I think on that Pinterest board as well, I saw an image of this beautiful sort of fluffy, puffy white dress, and then obviously a lot of those blue elements. So I went through and I thought maybe with this hairstyle, I can find a headdress or a hat. No. Also, sorry, I have severe neck pain. That's connected to my TMJ. So I'm so uncomfortable right now, and it's so hot in Australia. It is so hot right now. We're sweating. I probably should have done the fire element because I feel like I'm on fire. I did end up sort of mixing elements a little bit. So we've got the white hair there for the air, and then of course we've got the flower crown. I went through a couple of floral sort of makeup looks because I thought maybe that's how we can tie in earth. But I really do just sort of play on the whites, the blues, and the soft pinks. I kept the flower crown because I thought it was just so pretty and it matched the hair really well. I selected the Twisted Cat lashes, are my absolute favorite. And then of course, yeah, we've got the pink eyeshadow, and I go for a very soft, natural, glossy pink lip as well. And she's so pretty. And I name her here as well, Ellie Air, because I think I was scared that I might forget what my plan was, which was to focus on the air element. So her name is Ellie Air. I think that's cute. I went through a couple of the jewelry options as well. I was considering maybe doing like the seashell necklace that might tie in the water. And then I remembered, no, we're focusing on air. We're focusing on the air element. So I just chose that very simple necklace. And I went through a couple of outfits as well. I know that I had a white dress in mind. It wasn't the one that I ended up going with, but it was definitely what I had in mind. But I thought, oh, let's have a play of what comes with the Sims pack. So, you know, we've got, I can never remember off the top of my head, like doing these videos scares me. Like I feel my brain going to mush and I find myself forgetting what I want to say. So I'm not going to be able to tell you what the packs or the expansions are called because I'm just not going to remember. It's the magic one. I went through the magic one. I went through the spooky stuff, a couple of the other sort of occult outfits that we've got. And I thought, oh, you know, the werewolves, let's just find something white. Maybe something will speak to me. And none of them did. And I think I went through Enchanted by Nature as well. And I think I just ended up going for some CC. So you'll see it soon. It's not this one, though that could have worked. This one also could have worked, but I think it made her look like she was pregnant, and that's just not what I was going for. So I ended up going for a very sort of simple white dress. Here it is. Oh, it's so cute. It's so airy. It has a little bit of that Greek element, but you know, not too much. It is more modern. And then I thought we could give her some sandals. We could give her some stockings, something really, really cute. I think I did end up going for these leg wraps with, oh, maybe not. No, I did. We went with the leg wraps, and then I think we just go for either some white pumps or some sandals with little bows on them, and it's so cute. And then down here, I do pick one of the Twisted Cat. Oh my gosh, see? Mind blank. Acrylic nails, that's what I'm looking for. I go through some rings and some bracelets as well. Just something very elegant, but very simple. And she's so cute. Do you think I pulled the air look together? I'm not too convinced. I'm not too convinced. And I can't even remember what I made her. Did I make her a nature nomad? I made her a nature nomad because obviously in nature you're going to have all the elements as well. So this is where I thought with the traits we could bring in the ocean aspect for water, but I don't think I did like fire or anything else. I made her mystical, and what else did I make her? A love bug. I made her a love bug because why not? I thought all of those traits together would be like super cute. And then the very last witch that we are going to do ends up being my absolute favorite, the crystal witch aesthetic. So again, Pinterest didn't really help, but crystals. I have crystals behind me. This way. I have crystals there. I have my own crystal shop. So I know all about crystals and crystal witches. So I really didn't need Pinterest for this one, but you know, for the sake of it, they basically use crystals for their healing and their spell work. Duh. Let me know in the comments below if you've made it this far, if my constant chatting has not annoyed you. What's your favorite crystal? What's your favorite crystal? Because I probably have it in stock. visit the link in my bio and you will be able to find my website, though it is currently down at the moment. There's a couple of things up there just to sort of tease the relaunch. I don't really know when I'm going to be doing that relaunch yet. April 8th is my current plan, but I still have a whole ton of things that I need to buy for relaunch and restock day. But yeah, so back to Gemma Stone. Yep, I called her Gemma Stone. I'm full of the puns today. I think I wanted to go for the movie witch aesthetic. So, you know, the ones where they sort of wear the long dress, they've got the big hat, the heavy makeup, they're covered in jewelry. There's a very sort of mystical element, mystery element to them as well. That's what I ended up going for. So this is from, the hat is from the Life and Death expansion pack. I love it. It kind of reminds me though of maybe someone that would have burnt witches, you know, those the men in like the 18th century, the 17th century, they wore those big hats and they were like, "You're a witch, burn her." That's what it sort of reminds me of. But it suits her. I think it looks so cute. And then I thought, let's play it up with the jewelry. We've got the giant jewel necklace. I did give her some jewel earrings as well, but you can't see them behind her hair. And then I really wanted her look to be like blues and purples. So I went through a couple of the highlight and cheek and lip CCs that I've got. And this is what I settled with. I think it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then I had no idea what I was going to go with for the outfit. I thought, okay, well, Crystal Witch, let's go to the Crystal Creations kit and have a look at what they got. And just none of them really worked. I went through a couple of swatches of this dress. I went to this one, and I mean, that could have worked. That navy blue with the black turtleneck, that could have worked. But I think I just went through my CC and I found this one. How perfect is this? I do think it is actually just meant to be a robe, like not something that you would wear out, but I loved it. The black lace trim sort of brought the hat together. The purple sort of matched the blue eyeshadow that I was going for. And I think I do end up just going for something fun with these Triliki, oh God, I hope that's how you say it, butterfly wing nails. And then I give her some jewelry as well. I don't laden her with jewelry as much as I would have liked. I gave her shoes as well, even though you're not going to be able to see it. And here she is. She's my favorite. She's my favorite. So of course, for the attributes, we're going to go to nature, and she's going to have the crystal crafter attribution. For her traits as well, I make her creative. I really wanted her to sort of be artsy, though I did give her the art lover trait as well. And then for the third one, I was going to go mystical as well, but I thought, let's be really funny and make her a klepto. Maybe she's like a famous crystal jewel thief, right? Anyway, let me know in the comments below which was your favorite. I think Gemma Stone, the Crystal Witch, is my absolute favorite, but let's have a look at them again. So we've got Flora Green as our green witch. So cute. Love the mushroom hat. Our second witch is Hannah Hearth. I kind of love that she's more down to earth, sort of more, you know, simple in the way that she looks. We've got Katie Cosmic, our cosmic witch. I sort of love that she's got a bit of that sexy sort of, you know, gothic element to her. And then we've got Ellie Air, our elemental witch. So cute. Love all the white, love the florals. And then Gemma Stone. Thank you so much for watching, guys.